Dear students, welcome to this session. We shall discuss about capital gains and I am Padmini Vasant. What is capital gain? Capital gain is a rise in the value of capital asset that gives it a higher worth than the purchase price. The gain is not realized until the asset is sold. So this brings us to the question about understanding capital asset. A capital asset can be a property of any kind held by an assessee which may or may not be connected with the business or profession. It can be also any security held during the due course of sale. But there are some exclusions to this. So, following are not considered as capital asset, namely stock in trade, consumable, raw material, etc. Also, items of personal effect like apparels and furniture, rural agriculture land, gold bonds issued by government in the form of gold deposit bonds, etc. But there are some personal effects which are considered as capital asset, namely jewellery, archaeological collection, drawings, paintings and sculptures, or any work of art. So broadly, the assets are classified into business asset and investment assets. The business asset can be for capital, held as capital, or for trading. So let us look at the classification of these assets. So capital gain may arise when you sell an asset. It can be a long term or short term, but there are some amount which are paid by a company in the form of dividend, or if you put in mutual fund you can withdraw it systematically. So these are the regular payouts which we receive in the case of debt funds. So looking at the classification, these are classified into long term and short term. In the case of shares, listed securities, units of zero coupon bond, the capital gain arising on sale of asset will be classified as short term if the holding period is less than or equal to 12 months. Similarly, if the holding period of the asset is more than 12 months, then the gain will be classified under long term gain. In the case of any other asset other than shares, listed securities, etc., the assets will be classified as short term if the holding period is less than or equal to 36 months, and it will be classified as long term if the holding period is more than 36 months. Looking at the computation of capital gain, in the case of short term capital gain, the full value of sale consideration is calculated and cost of acquisition, cost of improvement, any expenditure in the form of brokerage, commission, etc. are deducted, and the net arrival will be short term capital gain. Similarly, in the case of long term capital gain, the full value of sale consideration is calculated and cost of acquisition is calculated with the help of indexation. Cost of improvement is calculated with the help of indexation. Any expenditure incurred in the form of commission and brokerage is recovered or minused from the full value of sale consideration, and the resultant figure will be called as long term capital gain. Looking at the taxation of capital gain, short term capital gains are charged at 15% and long term capital gains are charged at 10%. In the case of assets which are other than securities, say for example land, building, the long term capital gain comes into picture after 36 months, and the same rates are applicable with this example of sale of the property. So let us look at the taxation. Long-term capital gains is always 20% with respect to sale of property, and with this other than sale of property, that is shares, it is 10%. Short-term capital gains where STT is not applicable, then the short-term capital is added to your income tax return and taxpayer is required to pay tax based on the slab rate. Otherwise, short-term capital gain is taxed at 15% where STT is paid. That's all for in this session, dear students. We shall talk about the next concept soon. Thank you very much.